All right. So today we got a really interesting, actually straight up like wicked scam that I almost got caught with. And I really want to kind of bring it into play. This is Noris Capital. This is a warning. This is a scam company. This scam company almost got me. There was a couple little warning signs. I'm putting out there as a notice on what to look for in a sophisticated wallet draining scam. I did not get caught with this one. However, I thought it would be very important to bring this out there. I'm Bryan Colligan Alpha Growth, and let's go over the anatomy of the Noris Capital scam. So I get this message. So first warning is this community that I was a part in, it's about 3 years old. And I'm like, okay, so that was red flag number one. And I get DMs. I get DMs all the time. It's try to be nice. There's business that comes out of it, but cool. Let me see the DM. No pressure. That's fine. They have a couple roles coming up with a new venture firm. They're kind of paraphrasing themselves as a new venture firm. Bunch of roles. Send him some information. Send him my calendar. Let's chat. And then he tried to get me to fill out this weird little Google Sites thing. And so that was the first thing. It's a Google site, and I'm like, all right, sites.google.com. It's not an embedded link. I go there, and thing number one is it's a 404. All right. Also, sites.google.com is notorious for hacking stuff. Now, I looked at this form and I'm like, wait a second, that's not a Google form. So I first thought it was a Google form, and then I was like, fast track to partner. No venture capital firm says that, right? Especially on an online application form. So that was a little bit of a gotcha. The stylistic approach, I remember .com is basically web domain hosting. And I'm like, let me verify this guy. So Noris, I looked at him. I looked at, what he's got, BD Research, open 24/7, Noris Capital. And then I started searching around for Noris Capital. Quick little Google got me to this page. I'm like, all right, this kind of looks legit. They founded in 2017, 50 million AUM. It's pretty impressive. But if they were founded in 2017, here's another kind of little hint. Only 202 followers. Okay, so if they have all of these portfolio companies, right, and then that they showed, and then they have a different set of portfolio companies here. So I'm like, all right, this is weird. This is strange. I'm a little bit, here's co-investors. They're co-investors in. So their portfolio says one thing and one thing. It says another thing and another thing. I know some of these guys. I'm not going to call them out specifically. I could have done a background check there. There's some weird numbers here, but looks like Thai, but whatever. That isn't the thing that really got me. So I was like, all right, let me go to the team. Cool. Bunch of Asian people. This is weird. But look, they could be in Indonesia, they could be in Asia. And they got the founding partner. I was like, here's this Mikey Lee guy who's connected there, right? Some of these other links don't work. They did sign up for a meeting on Wednesday to meet and talk about the role and position. So I was like, let me check if this Mikey dude is real. So let me go to this guy. And so here's another indication. I followed him and I started kind of going through his post or whatnot. It's like, yeah, whatever, some other venture capital investment bullshit. But he followed me right back, and then he sent me a chat. Okay, so this is where it gets into the nitty-gritty details. Hey, I'm checking out verification of Mikey Lee. And do you have any info on your fund? What information are checking? Do you meet our fund pitch deck? So here's Mikey Lee. I'm doing verification of him. I don't know if this is the same person or not, but effectively it's like, okay, cool. I'll take a look at your pitch deck to verify it's real. And now here comes the anatomy of the scam. Here's the really, really scam thing. So Google Doc, this is a new one that I saw happen in the last month or two. This is there's a decryption access key on a Google Doc. All right. Here we go. Here's where the scam. Great, my email's out there. Here's the anatomy of the scam. So somehow they're doing this like embedded side view thing, right? Inside a Google Doc. And like, it's not DocSend, it's non-standard. There's an access key purpose. You can really type in anything, and you can kind of like type in anything in here, right? Oh, no, you might actually have to put in the exact access key. Boom, let's do that. Let's put in the exact access key. I acknowledge and decrypt the document. Ooh, decrypt the document. Verifying access credentials. Now it wants me to download something. Google API error. It looks super legit. But the reality is it's not super legit. This will drain your entire wallet. Or terminal installation. I'm even scared, and I'm like, copy this install sh shell script and give them access to your entire computer. Bro, this is crazy. I'm like, obviously a scam. So just calling this out, Noris Capital, a scam. This Enrico Ferrero guy, totally a scam. I'm gonna sign up, report this. So if you get this one, help report spam or fraud, 100%. Look, it's getting gnarly out there. The amount of attacks. We just had the drift attack happen last week, the Axios supply chain attack. So buyer beware. This is a 100% scam. Noris Capital is not a real venture capital investing firm. They probably VI coded this site. It looks like good enough, right? That it's like seems semi-legit. And this is a fair warning out there on what the anatomy of a sophisticated crypto scam looks like and how to avoid it. I don't know, just report them. So I'm going to report this dude. He's got a verified account. And, there's some mixed up information. I'm going to report this guy and see if I can get this stuff taken down, report their Google sites. But the reason why I'm putting this out there is hopefully they get taken down, but something like that will likely pop up. If you're a security researcher, maybe I'll send this out to like some of the other security guys on what to do, or maybe they can call this out and shut these guys down. But these are the types of things that get things like drift hacked, or, there's been in the last quarter, I think it's been like $400 million worth of crypto hacked, and just one person on your team falling for this on a multi-sig, and then you add a second person on your team falling for this on a multi-sig, and that's it. You're done. If you're like 2 of 5, you get 3 things. Like, this is it. This is how the crypto hacks get done, and hundreds of millions of dollars in industry is lost. So, separate your computers, separate your normal browsing stuff from your normal, crypto, ledger wallets, et cetera. But even that's not safe. If they have an installer and you attach your ledger, then they can drain and sign things the second you attach your ledger. So this is just a fair warning. Enrico, not a good guy. Noris Capital, not real. There's no money. There's no jobs. And this was an anatomy of a crypto scam. Please don't fall for it. Take fair warning. And thanks for coming and taking a look at this.